Hello, Paper Guy here, back with another replay review. This time we got CBC Guitarist. He messaged me on Discord asking for a replay review on my coaching Discord, and he's been contributing a lot, so I'm glad he finally asked for a replay review. He's a gold player playing Japan against China here. It's a quick match, that's why we're on Altai, classic map Altai. If you are someone who would like a replay review or interested in coaching or just getting help in AoE 4, check the description below and find my link to my coaching Discord, and you can find me there or just ask questions. There's a great community of people willing to answer and give their thoughts. So let's go ahead and jump in. As we're opening, I'll talk about my thoughts on this matchup. I've played a lot of Japanese, first problem, so sorry. On maps like Altai or Hillendale, where there's a really close deer pack, just go deer first. And the reason being is because berries only become good once you get the upgrades for them. And so in this case, you can just go straight deer and not have to do the upgrade, or you can do the upgrade, but it'll still really work well on deer. So go ahead and get deer first if you're going to do this. And really, for anyone who plays on these maps where deer's right next to your base, just go deer. It's super good early. If you're going to get pushed, then you can save your sheep for when you are pushed off food, things like that. On a normal map where berries are close but deer are far away, my suggestion is you do you only send one villager out to build the house while the rest are on sheep, and then once the upgrade is done, then you send the villas out. It's a little bit extra micro, but the reason being is because them walking out and starting on berries is still very, very slow. The upgrade gives you movement speed and gather rate for berries, so you want to get that upgrade first and then move the villagers out to make it more worthwhile. Now, Japan against China. China tends to like to 2TC, and if they 2TC, a fast castle is great against that because it takes them a second to get the 2TC and going, so you want to fast castle and go into pure mounted samurai, and then do a very quick switch into Anima Geisha while getting your relics. And so the way I like to think about it is you start with mounted samurai, and then the second the next Yoroshiro's done, you build a barracks, and you drop the Yorishiro in the barracks, and you just keep adding barracks, and you just do mass Anas. Because the goal is they're going to go spearmen. If they hit castle, they'll start making crossbows. So if you do a mass Ana switch, and then attack with mounted samurai and Anas, that's a really, really good comp. The Anas can shred spearmen, mounted samurai can then go on to crossbows and kill the crossbows. It's very, very hard to beat, especially on a map this tiny where you can get there real quickly. But generally against China, you always want a 2TC. I mean, not 2TC, fast castle. Let's say he 1TC all-ins you. Well, you still have a really fast castle. So if he has to do that, you go fast castle and just beat them with your castle units. But you want to make sure you are scouting carefully, because while you can assume China's going to 2TC, fast castle, you really want to check to make sure that is the case. I love this Kura placement. Very nice. Good amount of sheep. As you're aging up, the one adjustment I would make is I would have only done 4 on food at first and done purely on wood, because you want to rush up getting a tower. And then if you want to do a very, very fast castle, you get 150, you get 200 wood after that. So you get 50 for a house and 150 for a production building, and then you go purely on wood and gold, or food and gold. If you want to have a little bit slower castle but just safer on wood, you can just keep 3 to 4 on wood and just go pure food and gold, and then you're just naturally getting the wood you need. Because then you might also want to get Taizayaku, which is very good eco upgrade. I would only do 1 on the tower because he probably won't pressure. You do that if you think they're going to pressure, which that's why I would have really liked your scout was forward to check if you see pressure coming. That would have been really big. But 8 on wood is too much. If you're fast castling, 8 on wood is so much on wood. You do not need this much wood. You need to get to castle, and then you only need 1 production building, a stable, or if he's like attacking you, then a barracks. That's all you need. You need 1 because the Yorishiro does everything else. So getting this much wood is just a waste of time. Instead, you only need to have like 3 or 4, get 200 and you're good. The rest should be on food. I like that you got Taizayaku immediately. You do not need to do the second tower unless you are absolutely sure he's pushing you and pushing you hard. The reason being, this is another 100 wood down the drain. It's build time loss that could be used as gather time, and 1 tower is sufficient for most civs. The only time you need, especially in this situation where to get to you, he has to walk all the way around. This is only needed, and look at like the defensive parameter. Like, you only need the second tower if you're afraid they're going to tower you, because then he could tower this side, right? But to get there is a huge walk. So contextually, you're really safe with 1 tower. If your gold was like here, then like, yes, maybe 1 tower and 1 tower because he could tower this side. But even that's if he's going to tower. You only have the 2 tower absolutely against longbows because they have such good range. But in this case, you're wasting time and you're wasting wood. For context, if you had been more dedicated to the fast castle, you could have already been aging up. And there's horsemen. That's a surprise. 5 horsemen is a surprise. Why did we not know this happening? Because we did not scout his opening. When he aged up, we were all over here, where it's really key that when someone ages up, you go check their base. You would have seen the stable, you would have known it's coming. Now, the good news is that pure horseman isn't going to stop your fast castle here. You've already aged up. You've already got the outpost upgrades, so you just need to repair it. Repair the outpost, repair the outpost, repair the outpost, repair the outpost. So you didn't need to lose that. What you should have done is had 5 villagers actually. You should have had the 5 villagers in here and then pulled villagers from food and repaired the tower. If you had 10 villagers in both, 5 villagers in each tower, and then brought food villagers to repair, the horsemen just die. Even if they attack your villagers, you run the villagers back as they're chasing and they're getting triple hit from TCing the 2 towers, and the horsemen will just die. So you lost the tower and villagers for no reason. Just repair it. And then you can do a thing where you hop in and out to repair it. And it shouldn't have fallen. Here, so yeah, just make a few spears. Don't overdo. So we're overdoing it at this point. We're overreacting. He's just making spears. I mean, he's just making horsemen. Once again, you need to scout his entire base. So you can see because now he's rushing 2 TC. So I would have parked my horseman by his stone because I want to see if he's going to rush a second TC, which he is. This horseman is purely done to keep you off. You gave away the towers too easily. So once again, if you had done repairs, you'd been fine. If you had just kept bringing villagers up to repair and then walking back, it's fine. And it's worth it because he's investing so much food in these horsemen. That's a lot of food he's put into horsemen. But it's also why the slow age up really killed you here. Like how slowly it was taking you to age up. If you had been more focused on getting a quick age up, 1 tower, a lot more villagers on, because look how much wood you have. A lot more villagers on food and gold. You could have got castle as he was pushing. And then you're just making samurai and his horsemen die. When you get those out of the... You don't want to do this far tower, because the far tower doesn't get you anything. All the far tower does is... Like, if your villagers need to get back in the tower, they have to walk all the way back. So it doesn't do anything to far tower. Just get the spearman upgrade, build some houses, and get 4 or 5 spearmen out, and you're fine. But you need to upgrade the spearmen. This tower is just a waste of wood. So you have 4 spearmen, he can't do that anymore. Now he's gonna try to raid this. Don't move the spearmen. Okay, stop making spearmen. And this is when I would have pulled like half my, like, oh man, you need a lot of villagers on gold. And this is, once again, just wasted wood. You notice? See, this tower isn't doing anything? The tower is useless. It would have been better if you had just gotten the spearman up and then pushed out to kill his horseman and then dropped the tower again. Because now the Zugnu are just going to keep you off gold. You really needed to get to castle early because now he's on 2 TC, now he's going to make units and it's going to be really hard for you to... Now the Zugnus are just streaming in. And it feels like this game is just kind of over at this point. We're doing stone gathering instead. You have to go mass samurai, but his eco is just gonna be popping at this point. Once again, your scout isn't telling you anything. Your scout isn't actually near a resource. Like, and you don't have to watch the scout carefully. Just like shift up, check, walk back, go front, check. I mean, he's dropped 4. Oh my god, his eco is going crazy right now. Though food will be an issue for him soon. In this case, my suggestion: use mass samurai, mass samurai, and you chase him away with mass samurai. But look how much, look at your food, so much food. You need to be on pure wood right now, almost, or heavy stone. But you're burning through that stone right now. My god! Don't even do Anas. Your Ana Bageisha will get slaughtered by Zugnu. Snuck out to gold up here. I mean, yeah, that's what you have to do sometimes. And I don't think he's checking. He's aged up, and now you're in a really bad spot. Like a really bad spot. He's gonna get aged up any second. Oh my god. Oh no. This is very scary. Rush that up. 3. No, you need to rush that up. Pull all. Look, so once again, if you're asking like what I should age up with, you have to age up with the resource you have the most of right now. So you have 900 wood. Every wood villager should be building this floating gate. And then you are doing mass samurai. And your goal is just to overwhelm him with mass samurai. It's gonna be your goal here. You can get the, if we can get the arrow defense upgrade, he doesn't make crossbows, maybe, but if he does, he rushed in. I'm laughing just because, so this is like China's dream, right? Like you get to set up all these farms for free without ever having to move. You do have a window here in a way, because he just ran out of gold. He has another gold right nearby. Oh, well. Your hope here is that you basically need to get a quick upgrade on your samurai and just push right now, but if he goes palace guards, it's going to be really bad for you. Oh my god. The second he has Imperial Palace Guards, it's gonna be... oh, Spaghetti-O. Yeah, these guys don't die. And they're so fast. Yeah, it's just gonna be a stream. Yep. Okay, so overall, that's why Fast Castle, the timing on a Fast Castle is so important. So let's go through the things that we need to do better next time. 1, I hope you learn the lesson of scouting your opponent as they're aging up to see their opening. Because you would have seen the horsemen, you could have either immediately gotten a few spearmen, or you could have just done 2 towers and just been more ready to defend the 2 towers. You could have even just quickly gotten a forge on your stone and just gotten enough stone to upgrade the towers, and they wouldn't have died. But even then, 5 horsemen should not have burned down that tower. What we need to work on is 1, you should have rallied everything into the towers, and then you should have brought up villagers to heal the towers while they're shooting the horsemen. They would have died. 3rd, if you get in the situation where you push off gold, either immediately try rushing a gold far away and just go for it, though if you're caught you will lose. Your other option is you have to quickly pivot into lots and lots of wood to drop a lot of production and just try to go for an all-in backwards. Especially if you had Comm going 2 TC, you had an opening there to just drop production and go for it, because he was investing in a second TC, and then those are very food heavy. So in that case, you have so much food at that point. You should have basically just left like 5 or 6 on food and gone completely on wood to just build the production needed to start making units. You could have gone archers, pushed them off, drop your forge, and then immediately either put like 20 on gold to just get the gold you needed to age up, or you could have just immediately got on gold and then just mass samurai and just went for it. But like the things like the tower far away, not waiting to get a massive spearman or upgrading the spearman, like a little bit of patience forward saves time in the long run. Because if you had waited to get the spearman upgrade and made 3 spearmen and then pushed, you would have been a lot better than you were leaking spearmen and just losing them. So patience in the right spots, scouting early on, really committing to the fast castle, not overgathering wood or things like that. And then when you have to adjust quick adjustments, and scouting his backside to see what he's going for would have been really, really helpful. I hope this review was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck on your games.